Yeah, y'all gonna stop coming in my live talking about this Victor dude, bro. We hooping this year. Y'all gonna see.
Hi team, today we will be tuning into the Kevin O'Connor show on Yahoo Sports, and the reason we are tuning into this today is because I saw Kevin O'Connor does not love the idea of Dylan Harper to the Spurs. Now why does he not like it? I don't know, that's what we're about to figure out, but if y'all have been here on the channel, y'all know my thoughts. I really want the Spurs to take Dylan Harper, and I think it would be a great fit, and I was surprised by this take because I do like some of Kevin O'Connor's takes. I think he does have some pretty good insight at times. I'm not always tapped into what he's posting, but sometimes I see it and I'm like, okay, yeah, I can agree with that. So let me know y'all's thoughts on Kevin O'Connor, but without wasting too much time, let's go ahead and jump straight into it. I'm gonna move down here so I'm not in the way.
16. Dylan Harper, in all likelihood, is going to be the number 2 pick. Obviously, the Spurs have the number 2 pick right now. Is it a good or bad fit for Dylan Harper? Forget about the Spurs side of it here, but Dylan Harper, are you happy if you're going to the Spurs? Is this a good fit for you if you're in his camp?
No. I mean, it's not. And honestly, like, that would be if I was the Bucks and I knew that Giannis was actually gone and we're doing the best for the Bucks deal. I think you go to San Antonio and you say, hey, we want our picks back from New Orleans. New Orleans wants a point guard. Zion wants a fresh start. Like, you know what I mean? You figure out some way to figure out like a 3-team trade there where, you know, the Bucks, the Spurs, the Pelicans kind of all get what they want. The Spurs get Giannis. The Bucks get Zion and some of their picks back, maybe 2 picks. Dylan Harper gets a fresh start in New Orleans, his own franchise, to be the point guard of that team, and he's got some pieces down there that can help him out. And maybe
How about the Nets?
Right, the Nets, right?
He's from New Jersey. He grew up in New Jersey. He went to high school in New Jersey. He went to.
Don't the Pelicans have DeJounte Murray and CJ McCollum? Obviously, they would try to unload some of those guys, but I don't see why he would want to go to the Pelicans over the Spurs, or why it would be better for him.
College in New Jersey. The Nets have the 8th pick, the 19th pick, 26th pick, the 27th pick, and the 36th pick. They have 5 top 36 picks in this year's draft, and then a bunch of others in the future. So, I mean, maybe
so what does that look like?
Up.
Is that like Cam Johnson and, you know, like, is that what the
Cam
Spurs
Johnson
are looking for?
and number 8? Maybe the Nets could absorb some Spurs salary, or maybe it's a huge 3-way deal where
you're trading the number 2 pick for Cam Johnson. Is that really what we're talking about right now?
KD finds his way in San Antonio as well, because it is intriguing that Shams Charania said on Pat McAfee this week that there was mutual interest between the Spurs and Kevin Durant. He didn't say the Spurs liked him. He didn't say that Durant liked the Spurs. He said there was mutual interest in KD to the Spurs. And Wembanyama, when I interviewed him last year, I asked him, who were your basketball idols growing up?
Okay. So he said if he was Ace Bailey, he wouldn't want to go to the Spurs. And he named the Pelicans and he named the Nets. Now, I'm not even going to entertain the Pelicans because why would you rather go to New Orleans than San Antonio? But the Nets, the only logical reason I could see Harper wanting to go to the Nets over the Spurs is because he is from Brooklyn or somewhere over there. That's the only reason. Maybe that and having the title as the franchise guy, which I'm not sure why you would rather go play with Cam Thomas and Nicholas Claxton or the San Antonio Spurs. And you might say that he will get more opportunity over there in Brooklyn, which, I mean, you will be able to learn through your mistakes and be the franchise point guard. They're going to have to give you the keys to the franchise, which I get maybe, but I still think you would get more out of being in San Antonio. You would play with Victor Wembanyama, one of the greatest defenders we have ever seen, and he's only 2 years in, the best defender in the NBA right now, a generational talent. You also have De'Aaron Fox, Steph Castle, and I think that winning will ultimately get you paid. Winning will get you those all-star appearances that you're looking for, if that's really what Dylan Harper wants. Him going to Brooklyn, I think it would take way longer, and obviously they would have to build something from the ground up compared to you're coming into a situation where they are trying to win. And maybe if that's really not his ultimate goal, then I could see why he would rather go to the Nets. But I think that you going to San Antonio, you can get everything you're looking for. You're going to get the recognition. You're playing with Victor Wembanyama. You're going to be on national televised games. Not to mention De'Aaron Fox, you could learn from him playing alongside Steph Castle. This is a very young core. for. And I'm not trying to poop on the Nets because they are rebuilding, but what do they have? Honestly, what do they have compared to the Spurs? If I'm Dylan Harper and I'm trying not to be biased, I would much rather go play with the San Antonio Spurs and try to build something like OKC. You see those guys are in their third, fourth year or whatever, and they are going to the finals. That's what my goal would be if I was Dylan Harper.
First answer, Giannis. Second answer, Kevin Durant. So, like, he loves KD. KD would be very interesting there. And I'm with you, Tate. Like, Dylan Harper, the fit with Fox and Castle, I think it can work. I think it can definitely work, but not to the level that it needs to from the Spurs perspective. And specifically for Dylan Harper, you are a point guard, dude. Like, ball should be in his hands, surrounded by space, playing high pick and roll. And that's not going to happen all the time, sharing the court with De'Aaron Fox. You're going to be in the corner a lot of the time. And I don't know where a lot of those touches are because Fox is not a great spot-up shooter. He's around 33, 34% in his career on catch-and-shoot threes. Harper's not a great shooter either. I just, if I'm Harper and I'm in his camp, I don't want to go to San Antonio and
I think that Fox is going to be working on that catch and shoot 3-point percentage. Obviously, he's not the greatest, but I've said this time and time again. He's dropped 60 with a torn ligament in his hand. Nobody's going to be leaving De'Aaron Fox open. I would dare you to leave De'Aaron Fox open for the entire game and see how that works out for a team. And Steph Castle, he doesn't get enough credit for his off-ball movement, the way he could be used as a screener, his cutting. He does not need the ball in his hands. He's played the 3 at UConn. He's played the 3 in his rookie season, so he's not a ball-dominant player. And I don't know where people got that from because coming into the league, people didn't even think he could play point guard. But now that we got 3 guards or 3 people who can play guard and take the lead, they're saying he's a point guard. It's not going to fit when really he could play 1 through 3 and he doesn't need the ball in his hands. He's really good off ball. Dylan Harper, they're not going to sit him in the corner. The thing about the Spurs, and you can say whatever you want, but they want to win basketball games. If Dylan Harper is the undeniable talent, which we all think he is, the Spurs are going to get him in places to be successful. We've seen that time and time again. The Spurs know how to maximize their talent. And so to say that he's going to be sat in the corner, I don't think that's correct at all. How they are going to stagger those minutes and really mesh the team together, I'm not entirely sure yet. I've said that Harper should be the 6th man to start the year and he could lead the second unit, but I'm very confident that this is going to work out. And to say the fit is in question, I'm not buying that. And the Spurs are going to find a way to maximize all of these guys and make the team effective. We've seen it time and time again. Spurs maximizing when they had minimal talent. Now you're saying we have too much talent to make it work? I don't think that's accurate at all.
Unless Fox isn't there. If the Spurs were going to screw over Fox and flip him and trade him elsewhere, then sure, I'd love to be in San Antonio and play with Victor Wembanyama and hopefully win and contend for a bunch of championships. But I don't love the fit for him, and I'd much rather like New Orleans, as you said, or Brooklyn, as you said, like some of these these clean slate franchises where.
Phoenix, a clean slate franchise. They don't have none of their picks.
It just makes sense. It doesn't make total sense for San Antonio. Number 3,
it is kind of unfortunate. I was just gonna say it's just unfortunate that like both the top 2 guys are going to situations where they're not the franchise guy, right? You know what I mean? Like it's very strange.
Cooper Flagg is the franchise guy in Dallas. Say what you want. It may be Anthony Davis's team, and he might have the offense ran through him right now, but Cooper Flagg's the franchise guy. And if you think he's not, then I don't know what to tell you, because you can go down there and talk to Nico Harrison, as delusional as he is. Well, I don't know if I'd put it past Nico Harrison, but he's definitely the franchise guy down there in Dallas. And Dylan Harper landing with the Spurs might be a blessing in disguise, because he's not going to be taxed with having to be that franchise guy. And he can kind of go under the radar a little bit, and his development may be sped up because he's not being taxed with the franchise guy type of tag, because not everyone is built like that. And that's not to take anything away from Harper. I think he's going to be a tremendous player, all-star, maybe all-NBA potential, but it's not always about being the franchise guy is what I'm trying to say. So everything they're saying, I don't agree with. I think wherever they wanted him to go, he can get those things in San Antonio. It's just not going to be the way everybody wants it to be, where he lands on a team that's very bad and he carries the franchise and resurrects the franchise. He can go a little bit more under the radar and have development like that. But I'll tell you right now, the Spurs are not going going to just sit him in the corner or limit him to a 6-man role, and he's going to be failed by the San Antonio Spurs. He's definitely not going to be failed by the Spurs. They will maximize his talent, and he will love it in San Antonio. I guarantee that. So y'all be sure to leave a like, man. Y'all let me know y'all's guys' thoughts. Do y'all like the fit for Dylan Harper in San Antonio? Do y'all agree with me or not? Leave it down below. The link to the whole video will be down below in the description. So if y'all want to check it out, go ahead and do that. But until next time, it has been your boy Chris, and I will catch y'all later. I'm out.